fuels. Today, let's talk about the uncertainty that one feels after choosing an unconventional path in life. The uncertainty that one feels after choosing an unconventional path in life. The path I'll mostly talk about today is a career path. I am currently at a moment where, should I call it in between opportunities, in between income? The thing is, there's these anxious thoughts that one usually has when they are in the process, when you feel that you have done everything, you have been showing up for your goals religiously, you have been, let's say your goal is waking up at 5 a.m., you have been waking up at 5 a.m. well, you have been doing your morning routine without missing something, you have been putting in the work, you have been creating that content, still it feels like you can almost taste that money, but it's not in your hands yet. You can almost smell those opportunities, but they have not shown up in your reality yet. I've chosen to make this video when I'm still at that point because I know that it's seasonal, and because I know in the future I'll look back to this moment and be like, I'm glad I chose to stay in this unconventional path, even though I was trembling. I'm trembling right now. Maybe not physically at this moment, but let's just say for the past couple of weeks, I have had my doubts about my career path. But this one thing has helped me. This is a tip for us who are at this moment where we feel we are in between opportunities. We can taste the money, but we can't see it yet. Underline the word yet. I have some things I tell myself to ground myself, especially when I receive advice from all sources. There's advice from all sources also in the world right now. I feel like when I'm scrolling on my TikTok page, there's advice. When I'm talking to my friend, there's advice. My family members, the same. And I have come to learn that, especially my community, that is my family members and my friends, they all want the best for me, and we are in agreement in that aspect. We all want the best for each other. So obviously, if I feel that I have information that can help you, feel much more confident in your dream life choice, I can give that to you. But I've come to view that advice very objectively and sort of view it like if they were in my position, what they would have done. Separate that from what would I actually do as me. Okay? One of the points of advice I've gotten are take up another job as your projects, as you wait for your projects to earn you that money. And rightfully so, that makes a lot of sense, and it's from a place of love. So thank you so much for my community members for sharing that wonderful advice with me. But there's this thing in my heart. There's just this almost 100% assurity that that's not what I want for myself. I've been thinking of it this way. If I went with my father to the supermarket and my father told me without limits, no limits to the budget, no limits to the size of the object. Just pick anything you want. If the question, or if the thing that I'm picking is my career, I would pick content creation. I would pick creating from my heart, because this really makes my heart feel happy. This is what makes me feel, like I even want to wake up in the morning. It's to talk to other women and to tell them that even when there is no proof yet, underline the word yet, even when there is no proof yet that your dreams are manifesting, trust that they are. Trust that they are. And just to finish up on my father analogy, if my father told me to go in the supermarket to take anything I wanted, no limitations, and the thing in question here was work, I'd choose content creation. I'd choose for my business to earn me money rather than me working to bring that money in my business. That's what I'd choose. It may sound logical or illogical or delusional or even like sort of a belief, but that's what I truly feel inside for me. I have considered myself to be very stubborn when it comes to my dreams, and in the past, I have evidence in the past to have been very stubborn about something that sounded so delusional. Like what, there was a time I was looking for attachment when I was in uni, and in uni we had 6 months duration to have your attachment, within which if you do not have your attachment within those 6 months, you'll have it after your 4th year, and that would have been very hectic because you'll start looking for lecturers, and that's a lot of work, honestly. So I was at this point where I just felt that I want a certain opportunity, like I want an attachment that pays me money. That was the only condition I had. And I kept getting a lot of opportunities which had everything but that which I wanted, which is to be paid money. And I refused. 1 month, no, let's not start with 1 month. 1 week passed, I'm still not in an attachment position. 2 weeks, nothing. And does it look like things are progressing? It just looks like I'm in this void. Okay? And then 1 month passed. The organization I was blessed to join as their attachee had already closed off the period of recruitment for attachees, but they were paying. I'd like to say it's because of this unshakable belief that I had in myself that I got that opportunity in that place, because 1 month had passed. Like, if you check logically, it was close to impossible to getting in there, because even the manager had a lot of requirements. It was close to impossible, but somehow, some way, goodness rearranged everything for me, and I ended up there. Therefore, I have grown a very stubborn, I don't want to call it stubborn, maybe stubborn is too harsh. Let me just say a deep rooted and grounded feeling that what I want actually exists, and it's up to me to keep choosing it, even when everything else in my world is telling me that that's delusional, is telling me that that's illogical, is telling me that, but you are not earning money right now, but where are you going to get money right now? I've chosen to believe, and in the future, I know I'm going to create a video where I'll have proof, where my story will be. I'm glad I chose to keep choosing my dream, no matter how delusional it sounded at that moment, because finally now I'm here. Just practicing. Finally I am here. See? Yes, and I would have loved to hear this from another woman who has already made it. I would have loved to see someone else show me that what I want is not too big of a dream, because nothing is too big for the universe. The universe does not have a budget. The universe does not have any limitations. Anything you want, you get. Anything you want, you get. And what you have right now is because that's what you wanted, or rather what you believed internally you deserve. Let me give you another, point of view, like content creation. Right now, I could have said that I'm waiting for myself to buy a mic so that I am able to make visual and voice content, so that I block out all the noise. But I've chosen to make this content at the place I am. I have chosen to trust that I have everything I need right now to move me to the next level. And for me, what is the most important thing is growth, is to feel that I have moved to the next level. That if I look at the Jivan of yesterday and the one of today, I have moved a step closer to my goals. In conclusion, I'd love to say that the uncertainty that one feels when they choose an unconventional path is normal. Be it in relationships, be it in work, be it in every aspect of your life, it's normal. Just keep choosing that which your heart is refusing to let go of, no matter what. And one day you will look back and thank your past self for choosing that which scared you. Okay? Have a lovely time, my specials, and I hope we catch up soon. Bye! Annyeong! How did you know I'm learning Korean? Annyeong!